We have an active storm track the next several days, Ontario. After the frost advisory early Monday, we have a slight risk of thunderstorms in eastern Ontario, and then a complex of storms potentially crossing Michigan into extreme southwestern Ontario later Monday evening. So that's the one storm risk. But there's our storm track. We have to watch Tuesday, extreme southern parts of Ontario. Again, once again, there's a thunderstorm risk associated with that air mass. And then on Wednesday, that boundary will eventually sink south, but there is the threat of some heavier rains across parts of southern Ontario on Wednesday. Low confidence on that, so that northwest flow begins to ease some as that ridge sinks just south of the lake, the Great Lakes Basin. But then by Thursday, Friday, we're more in a zonal pattern that'll support temperatures near seasonal.
Hey folks, another hot day today. I'm gonna head out and enjoy it, but before I do, ding, another severe thunderstorm watch issued. This is getting to be common. So we'll be running both cameras today, even though at the moment there's nothing around us. So hopefully I won't have a problem. I went into Value Mart the other day, and I had something kind of heavy on my mind, which you'll kind of see coming up, not in this video, but in a future video. Potential problem with the monster, major problem, and so I had a lot of things on my mind that day. And when I go into Value Mart, we're still required to take the shopping carts, because they're still limiting the number of people that can go in, and they use the carts to count how many people are in the store. If there's no shopping carts, then you can't go in, you have to wait. Well, this day, for whatever reason, I forgot to grab a cart. I've been a good boy, I've been following all the rules. The arrows pointing up and down the aisles are all one-way aisles right now, and for the most part, I've been following that. If there's nobody in the aisle, then I'll go the wrong way. But there's other people around, I'll be good. And if there's anybody in a mask, I don't go near them, just because, for their sake. But for whatever reason, this one day I forgot to take a cart in. I was already in the store by the time I remembered, and you can't go back out the indoor. You have to go through cash to get back out. So I said, oh well, I'm only going to be a minute anyways. I just grabbed a couple things. I got the cash, and oh boy, did the cashier scold me. She wasn't nice about it at all. And I told her, I says, I don't know why. I said, I've been bringing a cart in, but for whatever reason I forgot, and I was already in the store by the time I remembered. That didn't seem to make any difference, but I didn't say what I wanted to say. I was good. I don't know where their orders come from. They're doing what they're supposed to do, so I can't really, say anything to her. But, regardless of what a person thinks is happening or what is happening, the rules are there for a reason, and whoever sets these rules, I'm guessing it's higher up than, just the people in the store. They have to follow them, and they require us to as well. So I don't have a problem with that. But like I say, this lady she scolded me for sorry, but here's my issue. And this isn't the day that it happened. I took a cart in with me, and I think it was a day after this coming up. But I'm showing this video to show that the carts are no longer being sanitized. So, here's my question. So, which rules are you going to enforce? Okay, you're making us bring a cart in, but you're not sanitizing them anymore like you're supposed to. So why is one more important than the other? That's my question. I'm not going to go any further with it. That's my question. Like I say, I don't have a problem. If you want me to take a cart, I will. My argument in this case is there was like 30 carts sitting outside the store. I was only in there for like 30 seconds, 45 seconds. They're not all going to go away by the time I get out. And I know that's not the point. That's just what was in my mind at that time. But my question is, why aren't you sanitizing them anymore? do I do here? Apparently both roads are kind of closed off at the moment. I really don't want to turn around and go back. So I'm contemplating my options. It kind of looks like they're done whatever it was they're doing, and they're kind of leveling the road off so that people can drive through. Considering going across the grass, but that's something that I used to do when I was helping Cody with the papers. We just drive across people's lawns, if you remember that. But in this case, I'm not comfortable doing that. Besides that, laneway beside the bulldozer there is kind of, the same condition. So I'm just not really sure. I think I'll just sit here and watch them for a bit. I'm in no hurry anyways. And once it's smoothed out, the roller gets out there and starts flattening it. So I'm thinking, okay, I guess they're, finished whatever they're doing. So I'll just kind of stick around for a bit and see what happens. And eventually other people start going. Yeah, okay, it's time. So I made it home no problem. No sign of rain anywhere. Just absolutely beautiful hot day. So later that night, around 7:30, it was still 27 degrees, which is 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Just beautiful. And of course at the bottom there, another reminder, strong to damaging wind gusts, hail possible in southern Ontario. So unfortunately, I happened to look at too many things. Yeah, I found this on Facebook. Severe thunderstorm watch has been issued across portions of Huron, Perth, and surrounding regions. This alert does include a tornado risk across this evening. That I didn't need to see. That's my worst fear when it comes to these storms. And fortunately, it is that time of year, and we do get severe storms. They can turn, potentially damaging. So any storm which develops could develop into a supercell and pose a large hail and tornado risk. So, the thunderstorm watch includes Arthur, Blue Mountains, Blythe, a whole bunch of places, like just a wide area. And of course, right at the very bottom, Wingham. So I'm in storm watch mode tonight. Around 8:45, our thunderstorm watch became warning. So I checked the radar and found out why. Right in the last few frames, here comes a storm forming as it comes off the lake. And not long later, lightning struck within 5 miles of your current location. So, I look at the radar again, and I zoom into it, and it's actually not that big of a storm, so it shouldn't last too long. But of course, that wasn't the only one. There was a bunch more popping up behind it. But again, they're not big storms, not lasting too long, and they're not severe, thankfully. And around 10:30, severe thunderstorm warning has ended, and so has the rain. It's still 25 degrees out, which is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna go for a night tour. So because the pop-ups are still happening and the threat of rain's still there, I've got the camera in the waterproof case, and I'm using my H9, and you see what I see? You can see the trail. So I'm looking at this, okay, what's different? Because I've used the H9 before, and it wasn't showing everything. So I got thinking about this. A waterproof case does not have the polarizer filter on it. The purpose of the polarizing filter is to kill reflections. I wonder if that's what's happening. So I guess if I go out at night, I gotta use the waterproof case, which is not a big deal, except for the flagpole being in the way, which I will fix at some point. I do have a plan for that. It's a matter of getting to it. It's not a priority right now. But this could be a solution. I still have something I'm working on, and it might not be that long from now, actually. I found out yesterday. But for now, this seems to be working. So later on, finished everything I needed to do, and I decided to check the radar again, and I see this coming at us, and there in blue it says thunderstorms possible Wednesday at 4:45 a.m. Okay, that's not good. That's about the time I've been going to bed, so it might be a long night. Okay, I see the squall watch there. That's for the lake, and that tells me there are strong winds associated with this. Oh, wonderful. And just before 4 a.m., severe thunderstorm watch in effect. So I checked the radar again, and as it's getting closer, it's looking worse. It's kind of organizing into, almost looks like a cold front. The leading edge is all storms. And thunderstorms are now, or likely thunderstorms are now at 5:30 instead of 1:45. Keep watching. And it's getting closer. At 4:38, lightning struck within 5 miles of your current location. Then at 10 to 5, severe thunderstorm warning in effect. Okay, so storms are severe, coming right at us, and these ones are kind of big clusters of them, so chances are we're not going to be spared with this one. So now I'm starting to get a bit nervous. I put the camera in the window, and my WeatherCan don't work too good on these windows because the screen, but it should pick up the lightning okay. So I'm just kind of laying in the window watching, and I can see the lightning on the other side of the trees. It's pretty near constant lightning, so I'm thinking, okay, this is not good. That's not a good storm. When you see constant lightning like that, you know the storm's severe. So that's getting closer, and it's getting closer, and by the time it's almost upon us, the lightning just kind of eased off, which was kind of cool. So just kind of paying attention to things, and the rain starts. It got pretty heavy at times, and at one point we even got a bit of hail. Nothing major, but the wind just never really picked up. So I was happy about that. That's the only part of the storms I don't like. I don't like the wind. And once it starts blowing, that's when I get nervous. So I'm just enjoying the storm. I love watching thunderstorms, so not bothering me at all. And then we get a close strike. And okay, still not nervous. Like I said, there's no wind. It doesn't bother me. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, that was actually pretty cool. Then it happened. That was loud. Dexter! I cranked up the volume at the end there so you could hear what we were saying, but apparently you can't hear all that well. And Ken was standing on the stairway when I come out of my room, and he said, "Will we just get hit?" And I said, "I think so." So, okay. Dogs are freaked out. Our foster dog was just, he was he was not taking it well. He was shaking pretty good. He was absolutely terrified. The other dog, well, there's not a whole lot that scares him. But I'm just kind of wandering around the house sniffing for smoke. So what happens when your house gets hit by lightning, it depends on the power of the strike. Because you can have no damage whatsoever. Or if it's a major strike, then it can blow your walls apart. So anything in between. One of my sisters, her house got struck by lightning one time, and there was she called the fire department because she could smell smoke, but there was no visible damage anywhere. And I've seen houses where just the whole corner of them was just blown apart. And I even seen one house that was pretty cool, actually. I'm not sure if I was a teenager yet. I might have been a little younger. But it had aluminum siding. And just the pattern of the lightning. Just like you would see a lightning strike in the air. The pattern of the lightning melted the siding down the side of the house. It was aluminum siding. It was really, really cool. So, you just never know. So, after a while, everything seemed fine. Never lost power or anything. Even the streetlights didn't go out. That was kind of cool. Because it was pretty bright. So I'm going to play it again. And when the lightning strikes, listen for that snap. And that snap was our modem exploding. So, okay, that's not good. Now, thankfully, because it was, 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, we were able to call, and by 9:30, the tech guy showed up and replaced it. So we had 4 hours without internet. So it lucked out that way. I'm just kind of glad it didn't happen on a Saturday morning or something. We probably would have had to wait till Monday. So we lucked out that way. But that was the only damage. And I looked at the house the next day, and I don't see any damage anywhere. Possibly the chimney sticking up. It's got the metal screen on the top. Keep the animals out. It's possible that might have been where it hit, and that's why it didn't damage anything, because it's probably a steel pipe all the way down the center. So, here's what freaks me out about all this. I'm gonna play this in slow motion. You see that wire? That is our internet cable. Comes from the street over to the house, and then comes in my window right beside where I was laying. Goes through my room out to the modem in the hallway, just outside my bedroom door. So that kind of freaks me out a little bit. And when the storm was approaching, I already had my computer turned off, so I wasn't worried about that. Unfortunately, my computer is plugged in directly to the modem. So I'm thinking, oh no. So after unplugging it, not that it mattered anymore anyways, because the damage would have been done, I turned my computer on and everything was fine. So I just bought a new computer not that long ago, so I really didn't want to be replacing it already. So everything worked out. Nobody was hurt, the house wasn't damaged, and the modem was replaced, didn't have to pay for it. So everything worked out well. So sorry guys that this video turned out to be a little bit longer than I planned. I try to keep them under half an hour now, but as you can see, it doesn't always work. Sometimes there's just too much of a story to tell. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.